This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Do you ever think about switching insurance companies to see if you could save some cash? Progressive makes it easy to see if you could save when you bundle your home and auto policies. Try it at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Potential savings will vary. Not available in all states.
Searchers all say they have made Whitefish Bay. I hate this line so much.
15 more miles behind her.
Hey, easy to say
Isn't
that.
Convenient. Hey,
They might have split up, or they might have capsized. They may have broke deep into water. I have an idea for the absolute perfect of transition.
You wanna go where people all want to sing. You wanna go where everybody knows your name.
oh my God! I was an older man.
Trivia.
I was an older man. I might have just passed away.
That's our yearly look down memory lane. No, memory lane's always
Like a positive.
That's a positive.
Reminiscing.
This is
A memorial.
Memory Boulevard. Memory Boulevard. That's the bad one.
I took a right down memory lane.
I saw our childhood. Then I made a left onto Memory Boulevard, and it was just tombstones. The hell are we talking about?
Steve, how could you so quickly forget? We were obviously taking a trip down memory boulevard regarding the Edmund Fitzgerald.
Oh, I didn't know that's what I was referencing.
Which, by the way, I have a proposal that
I'm in.
I think we pull the veil off, if you will, next year, assuming this thing's still alive, which it won't be.
No, not a chance.
But instead of titling it, the Steve and Kyle podcast, November 11 or whatever it happens to be, 2020.
Call it like the EF retrospective.
Yeah, we just call it the yearly Steve and Kyle Edmund Fitzgerald retrospective. And then we give about an hour's worth of misinformation, which we seem to do.
Yeah, I was going to say it's... So basically, we just have to retitle the episode.
Yep, that's it. Pretty simple.
Because everything else, yeah, we do already.
But maybe maybe that way we really sneak steal some Edmund Fitzgerald buffs. Like,
Okay.
oh, wow, these guys
right.
go over this every year. They probably got some hot new intel. Like, I just gave you some hot new intel right before we turned these microphones on.
About the way that the ship was powered.
Yeah, the Edmund Fitzgerald switched from your traditional coal to oil between 1971 and 1972, Steve.
Boy. Well, some people may say, I wonder if that had something to do with it.
Listen.
With the disaster, that is, obviously.
Listen, some people can't seem to get their foot out of their mouth regarding the Edmund Fitzgerald. And we'll get to that in a little bit. We have some poll results, Steve.
Do we?
Do you think when this poll was posted last week, and when we get to the question it was, do you think the souls of those lost on the Edmund Fitzgerald, do you think those souls are now
Living within the iron ore?
Yeah, and let me pull it up exactly, but yeah. Do you think when that question got posted, 99% of people assumed it was me who said that? That's a real me-ism
Yeah.
for you to jump on board with.
I would say that, most people probably figured that was you making that bold statement.
Did the souls of the crew of the Edmund Fitzgerald transfer to the iron ore that sank?
So this probably didn't go well for me. I have not looked at the poll results.
You'll have to stay tuned.
Oh.
Yeah.
Come on.
Listen, I was on radio for a little bit. That's a tease.
It is Saturday, November 16th, 2019, the year of our Lord. It's the Steve and Kyle podcast, hangover edition, at least for one of us.
Saturday cast, alive and well. I am
boy.
bright-eyed, bushy-tailed, a solid maybe 7 hours of sleep. I shouldn't say that. Under 7 hours of sleep last night. I couldn't feel better right now.
I got that amount of sleep, too. I probably got more sleep than you.
So you're well-rested then?
I was in bed when you sent me a text saying, you ready to go?
Oh, you were?
Yeah, I was still laying in bed, and I heard the buzz of my phone over on the end table, and I knew I knew without even looking, oh no, that's Kyle. Because I looked over at the clock, saw that it was like 8:32 or something.
Yeah, it has to be a little earlier today. Yeah.
So we had planned on 9 o'clock, and when I heard my phone buzz, I looked over. I said 8:32. I knew you had to get out of here early today for some stuff you guys have to take care of. So I thought, I bet that's Kyle, and I bet it's him saying, hey, I'm ready to go if you're ready to go. Meaning we could start 15, 20 minutes early.
Yep.
I looked at my phone, and damn it, it was you.
Just hoping maybe it was your dad checking in for something. Maybe.
I was hoping it was you saying, like, oh, it turns out we're going to have to record this afternoon or record tomorrow or whatever. To which I would have been like, yep, no problem. Sounds good. And saw that it was you, saw that it was exactly what I was assuming it was. And I think I just replied and said, like, yeah, I'll be ready to go in 15 minutes. So I woke up. It was one of the few times I remember in my life where I wake up and I actually do, like, the kind of wobble side to side, stumble, first couple steps, came downstairs, and I inhaled 2 bowls of Cinnamon Toast Crunch, drank a whole tall glass of water.
Oh, I was going to say, you didn't have some horse food this morning?
No, I haven't opened up the HBOs yet. Honey Bunches of Oats.
Oh, I mean, I didn't know if you had any Cracklin' Oat Bran left.
Oh, there's some Cracklin' Oat Bran up there.
And you chose cinnamon. You went with the children's cereal.
Yeah, I needed something a little sweeter.
All right, get your morning started right.
Yeah,
that's living dangerously now for late 30s Steve.
It is
living dangerously, having 2 bowls of Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Oh, so good though, and I feel like it helped. I feel a little bit better.
So it's safe to say Saturday records are off to a fairly bumpy start.
No, I think that ultimately Saturday records are. I like them. I definitely like them. Yeah. Last night was just I don't know. We don't like. I don't know. You know how it is. Like we have a 2-month-old child,
right?
So we don't get out much. Right. So last night was the first time that we went out for any length of time, other than running to the store or running a quick errand or something. It's the first time that we've been without Evelyn since she was born. And our anniversary is on Monday, so her mom had said, hey, I'll come down on Friday and I can watch Evelyn and you guys can go out. So we went out and we celebrated our anniversary a little bit last night. We got massages in the afternoon.
Oh, you love a massage, Steve.
Love a massage. But
is Annette team massage?
Oh, she is.
Oh, is she? Because
yeah.
I get the impression that, and there's nothing wrong with it because I'm the exact same way, but I get the impression that Annette, of the two of you, Annette would be a little more uncomfortable with that idea.
No, she's
all on board.
We are both fully on board. That's something we do maybe twice a year. We'll get a couples massage.
So this was a couples massage. Now I don't want to get too in depth, but I have questions.
Okay, go for it. Nothing that you could ask would be out of bounds on this.
Okay, because my interpretation, the difference between a regular massage and a couples massage, well, obviously you're in the same room.
Yeah. That's the only difference.
So what are they doing? So they're not, playing some Barry White?
No. They're just playing like one of those tracks that's just like noise. It's just kind of like Enya type stuff where it's like this ethereal like drones and it's very relaxing. I mean, it's not something that you're going to take home and listen to on the way to work in the morning and be like, yeah, this is getting me pumped up. It's extremely relaxing. And you just lay there. And I think that the only purpose of that music is for massages.
So maybe this is on you then a little bit because you're doing the couples massage now. I'm assuming there is some type of a few bucks off or whatever if you do a couples compared to if you had done one and then a half hour later Annette does one. That would be
to be honest, I'm not sure.
Okay.
Because Annette had booked it, so I don't know what the pricing is. I don't think it's that much different.
So maybe then you are doing it wrong, and maybe you have to ask like when you call or when you set it up, maybe you have to give a little wink, wink, nod, nod, nudge, nudge. Ask for the dirty talk package.
The dirty talk package.
Isn't that the couples massage a little romantic?
Right.
You say, hey, what's it take to get a little upgrade? Maybe a little.
What exactly do you want out of this?
I don't know. Listen, I'm just wondering what the incentive, outside of, again, being in the same room, what makes this a couples massage? You're both.
That's a great question because when I'm getting a massage, like, have you gotten a massage?
I can't do it. No, thank you.
All right. So
Don't touch me.
basically, you're laying on a table, and if you're typically face down to start, so you're laying with your head in this like little round donut-looking pillow thing, so you can see straight through the floor. And then about halfway through, you flip over, looking up at the ceiling. And for me, my eyes are closed the entire time. So
You're pretty much just now. Are you fighting off sleep type of thing? It's relaxing enough that you're going to be.
I probably could, but I always make sure to kind of stay in the moment because I enjoy the massage. So I don't want to fall asleep and then be like, crap, I missed it. It's like sleeping through dessert. That would be a bummer.
So you're in, you're probably wearing maybe some boxer briefs, whatever.
Yeah.
But other than, there's nothing coupley. There's nothing like extra romantic.
No, nothing at all.
Because
she could not even be there, and I wouldn't know.
Well, your face is down in a hole.
5 minutes in, she could have gotten up and tiptoed out, and I'd have no idea because we don't talk. It's not like
you're not having a conversation.
No,
like,
it's not like on. Who was it? Somebody recently said to me, I forget who they were talking about. They were like, "Oh, me and my ex." Oh, yeah, it was Joe who I work with. He said, "Yeah, me and." The first time I ever got a couples massage, it was me and my ex, 5-10 years ago or whatever. And they got a couples massage, and at the end of it, it was the same thing. She was like, I thought it was going to be more like Sex in the City, where they're all getting massages and like drinking champagne and gossiping and everything.
Right. Or even, for couples, it would somehow be, hey, this is kind of romantic, but. Knowing you're one step away from, hey, Berta, you okay if we catch up on our finances while you're chopping away?
No. I'm looking down through the pillow with the hole in it, but I got my phone on the other side of it, and I'm like looking for a good deal on 2x4s.
Yeah. Hey, honey, what do you think about the metal shovel compared to just getting a couple of plastic shovels for the season?
So, yeah, we finished the massage. It was fantastic, by the way. That was a
nice place, I'm assuming. Not one of those that you see the outside of the buildings on in the news, or like, police speculate that this is being used as a brothel.
No, it was at one of the hotels downtown has the spa in it. And it was nice.
I've made jokes. So apparently I need to apologize to you that I made jokes about your coworkers that I'm not in their tax bracket. Now I'm talking to a guy who's getting a hotel spa massage.
Well, look.
First sandals, and that's
Sandals. Sandals, Jamaica. You mean?
Yeah, like the southern coast, right?
The southern coast. You rapscallion, you. It's the northern coast. You know that?
Huh. Wow. That's the 8 Rivers.
Well, some would call it that. Others would call it Ocho Rios.
Oh, sorry. I don't want to offend the locals.
Yeah.
By the way, very quick intervention. If there's ever been an indictment, everybody has these examples that the internet and Google and whoever is listening to you.
Mm-hmm.
I have no idea why I get emails from a travel company I haven't booked through regarding Sandals, Jamaica. I've taken a screenshot and posted it on our Twitter account as a joke before.
Yeah, it's obviously someone's listening.
I've never once looked at a Jamaican vacation. Never once.
So, even when you guys were thinking about a honeymoon or something, it never came up.
Nope. I would look at it regarding a cruise, but never. I don't know. It just hasn't come up. So why am I getting these emails outside of
that is weird.
The couple hours a week this computer is open while we record.
All right, let's do an experiment then.
Okay. All right. Ooh, should we do travel? Should we do automobile?
Hefty trash bags are the best trash bags I've ever used.
If you're using generic trash bags or any trash bag other than Hefty trash bags, what are you even doing with your garbage?
You really want to turn things up a notch? Go with the Force Flex trash bags from Hefty.
You can get a multi-pack right now if you go to the Hefty Bag website and sign up for their mailing list, which is well worth the read for the newsletter that they'll no doubt send you regarding the Hefty Bag Force Flex Tri-Seal bags.
Hefty. The best bags that God makes.
The only way to garbage.
right, let's see if that works.
How do we not have ads?
I mean, that was so seamless.
I didn't even...
We just dropped that in there. Nobody had any idea.
Now, we've talked about this. You work with four monkeys constantly throwing feces at each other in a room, and it's your job, as we've talked about at the end of the day, to go in there with a hose and a tarp and
open up
cleaner.
the drain in the middle of the room.
Yep.
Spray all the poo-poo out.
And clean the wall feces and make sure the equipment's ready for the next day of feces throwing.
Yeah.
And they got to sit there, reading a piece of paper for all their live reads. Oh, yeah, Harry's Razors. They bought a factory in Germany. Read it word for word. Oh, insert personal story about how I use Harry's Razors. I've seen this paperwork. You know what you and I just did? Showed that we don't need them.
Yeah.
So, Hefty, give us a call, but I demand free reign. We'll give you a 60-seconder. But you can keep your script to yourself because otherwise you're just getting thrown in the feces room anyway.
Sure.
And it's not getting used.
Yeah, the sound. I'm sure that they'll be on board with it, just like all of our other advertisers.
Got a laundry list. There's
We
backed
do.
up. We're waiting to unleash it. So one day the transition is so jarring from what we do now to like having a 10-segment podcast with an ad in between
Right.
every one. And at this point, we're only 10 sponsors away from being able to make that happen.
Yeah. Any moment now. We're just waiting until we get all 10 to introduce them all at
We're
once.
staring down the barrel.
So we leave our couples massage last night, and we're going to go over to a restaurant, grab some dinner, and we walked into the restaurant, and it was already crowded, so we knew that there was going to be a little bit of a wait.
Friday night, rich part of town.
Oh yeah, the fancy part of town.
You're joining the elite, and they're already out for their old fashions.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, going back to the massage, I am sore as hell this morning because
Really?
I got like extra firm pressure deep tissue, and the man who was massaging me,
that's couples.
really cranked down on my back.
It's hard to not feel the romance when you've got an overgrown hairy man named Ernie. Really,
his name was not Ernie.
Really
he was
wrenching
not an
on your
overgrown man. He was
soft
a very nice
tissue.
man. Very nice man. That was the first time I'd gotten a massage from a man, though. And look, I'm not being sexist or anything here,
Yeah.
but you can tell the difference. This guy was a lot stronger than anyone who had ever given me a massage before.
Yeah.
So I'm definitely feeling it this morning.
Poor Small and Nets over there getting like karate chopped
By a little 3-foot tall woman.
a 12-year-old. It seems like. And she just karate chops, and you're
And I'm
there.
over here with Hulk Hogan.
Yeah, at some point he turns the music from the ocean sounds or the sounds of the rainforest, and you just hear, "I am a real man,"
dun, 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 dun.
and then you realized there's nothing romantic, and romance might, in fact, be dead going forward.
That would be the least romantic thing. So we put our name in at the restaurant, and we knew it was going to be about an hour wait, which we were totally cool with. So we walked down to what's wrong?
Well, I'll put it on the poll. I think we're in a day and age, Steve, where you are in the extreme minority of someone willing to wait an hour.
This is a restaurant. We've only been there once, and it's kind of like a special occasion type place.
Yeah.
So the food's awesome. So we're like, whatever, we're willing. We're fine with waiting. Plus, it was still early. It wasn't even 6:00 yet.
Right.
Ideally, no, we walk in, sit down, and
Sure.
we're eating right away. But it was our night out, so we figured it's cool.
whatever.
We'll just go down the street and have a couple drinks. So we went down to this bar that I hadn't been to in, I don't know. I bet that the last time I was there was probably like with you in your fizzed days.
What was it? I think you told me off air. What does it start with? What was the bar?
Oh, starts with an O.
Oh, yes. Yep. I do remember. Yep. Yeah, I haven't been there in years,
Yeah.
Steve.
So we walked in there, and Annette said the same thing. She's like, I don't think I've been in here since college. So we sat down at the bar, and each ordered a drink. We were just...
Did it ruin this nostalgia? Like when you walk in there, because it's 5:15.
Yeah, it's different.
The last time you probably saw this place again was years and years ago.
Yeah.
Dark. You and I weren't exactly hitting the bars at 5:15.
No.
In our yesteryear, so we're seeing it dark with not a lot of lighting inside. and it's got like music and a lot of people.
Sure.
So you're walking in at 5:15 when it's more of a traditional restaurant, or whatever it is, more of a traditional restaurant. How did it make you feel about the choices you made?
I felt okay, and only because the rest of the crowd in there was our age and older. If we had walked in there and it was obviously just a bunch of college kids, it would have felt weird.
Yeah.
But as soon as we walked in, there's a little chalkboard on the wall that has the specials for the day.
Sure.
And I looked at Annette and I was like, "You want to do some $3 mystery shots?"
Oh,
because that was
intrigued,
the special
right?
yesterday. So we sat at the bar. We each ordered a drink and just having a good conversation, enjoying just being out with my wife.
Not constant conversation about what was the consistency of Evelyn's last
Right,
poop.
yeah.
And when did she eat last? Yeah, it happens, man.
You know exactly how it is, and everyone that has a kid knows exactly how it is. So I was just sipping a drink. We were watching our spot in line on the app on the phone, like 19, 18, 14, 13. And then the bartender walks up and she said, "Oh, the gentleman down at the end of the bar would like to buy you guys around."
Let me stop you. Mm-hmm. You're sure it wasn't just for Annette? Because this is what you see in the movies.
I guess I'm not sure.
When a guy wants to, get the attention of a woman,
Yeah.
he'll,
Send her a
and that's
drink.
kind of a jerk way to do it, right? Because you could very easily, you're at the bar,
Yeah.
you could very easily go to the bar and order a couple drinks or say, hey, 2 of whatever they're having, whatever, and bring them down yourself.
Yeah.
So is it a power move when you have the waiter do it or bartender do it?
I think so.
I don't
think
like it.
I think that it kind of makes you feel like a big shot where you're just sitting at the bar. Yeah, send them around down there.
Put it on mine.
So I was just about to finish my drink, and I probably wasn't going to get another one, and then these 2 drinks showed up, and I was like, oh, well, that's great.
The Steve Special, right?
The Steve Special, yeah, the Crown and Sprite. And so I looked down. I didn't recognize the guy, but almost right after we got our drinks, we got the text from the restaurant saying, "You're up, and be here, see the hostess within 10 minutes, or else you then lose your spot."
So now Marathon Steve's about to come out.
Yeah.
Because you're, probably 3 blocks away.
Yeah, about 3 blocks.
Barkeep, put the Steve Special in a to-go cup. I've got to hit the road.
Well, I still needed to go down. I wanted to walk down and introduce myself to the man who sent us a drink.
Right,
Thank
be a
him.
jerk move if you didn't.
Right, so I walked down there, and this guy could not have been nicer. Nice man named Tim. He said, "Oh yeah, I saw that. I recognized you from the side gig, and I'm a big fan, and saw that you were out with your wife. I figured it was like one of the first times that you guys have been out. So enjoy your drink and have a great night." And
Very nice,
super nice guy, and I thanked him, and he was extremely nice, and went back, and then it was like glug, 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 like 4 gulps, drinks gone, and I walked out the door, and as soon as we got out to the sidewalk, I was like, "Ooh, okay, I'm feeling it." Because I don't drink a ton. I don't drink a lot at all, especially in the last 2 months. I've barely had anything to drink.
So you haven't become a guy who has to, coping with the difficulties of being a father at home by having a few cocktails at night.
No, it just doesn't. It's not my thing. So I was feeling it already, and when we walked into the restaurant, I was like, okay. Probably didn't need that second drink in record speed, but that's all right. So, of course, I did what any responsible adult would do when you're starting to feel a little bit intoxicated. Mm-hmm. You order 3 more of the same drinks.
At the next place.
At dinner.
Beautiful.
And, oof.
Proud of you, Steve.
We got up to leave there. Like, I got up halfway through dinner to use the restroom, and I was walking through, and I'm like, bouncing off people on one side, bouncing off people on the other side.
This is always my fear when I was
boy.
even loosely affiliated with your sidekick. When we would be out, whether it be at a hockey game or at the bars, and people would recognize you, and then very, very rarely, secondarily, me. Mm-hmm. Because whenever they would ask, like, is this so-and-so, I would typically always say no.
Yeah.
Because, 1, I really don't like being recognized, and 2, in that stage, the biggest fear I had was walking into, the next day I would work with you guys and having the entire room turn to me and go, so we got an email about this weekend.
So what happened at the bar?
And it would always say, because we've got a secondhand story about someone who saw you this weekend. And my fear was always, as soon as somebody found out I was associated with you guys, they would hear me talk to you the way I normally would talk to you or friends, which is not always the most savvy or kind or nice.
Sarcastic.
Yeah.
And it's,
So there's Steve. Did this ever cross your mind, or does it ever? 5-drink-in Steve, as you're bouncing off like a pinball machine on your way to the bathroom. Does this ever? Do you think about that? Do you really?
It is constantly on my mind. Constantly on my mind.
What a weird way.
Well, for one, I never take the whole radio show aspect out of it.
Well, sure.
I'm just, a dude with a regular 9-to-5 job. I still don't want people to think that I'm like some big jerk.
Right.
No matter what field I'm working in, I want people to like come away from an interaction with me and be like, "Oh, that's a nice person there."
Right.
So it's not like I'm hyper aware of it, I think, and because I don't want to make people mad ever. I just want to be, and when I have a few drinks in me, then I'm a little more goofy and I'm more talkative.
Right.
So I think that I probably have a better chance at striking up a conversation or giving somebody a positive reaction,
sure,
than when I'm not.
Right.
But I'm still always aware. I don't want to stumble into a table and knock it over.
Okay.
Or like eat somebody's nachos as I'm passing by their table. But yeah, so it was about that point when I said to Annette, I was like, I think you're gonna have to drive home.
I start to roll probably. Oh God.
Yeah.
Great. Can't take my late 30s husband out for one night. And in her mind, I'm sure she's already, I guess I get to go home, make sure everyone gets fed. I guess I'll be the one getting up in the middle of the night, obviously, with Evelyn. I guess I'll be the one getting up in the morning when we have to get up for the morning.
Check.
See if there's any other chores that have to be done. So my drunk husband can sleep one off before walking to the basement to record a podcast while my mother's there.
Well, when I came downstairs 10 minutes before you got here, she just gave me that look. She's like, how you feeling?
Because even if it's not that big of a deal,
great,
it's still the fact that she was up.
I know.
And she was with the baby. And now there you are. You're now the inconsiderate husband and dad who...
She handled herself extremely well.
So she either didn't have 5 drinks
very appreciative of that.
She either didn't have 5 drinks or can handle her drinks.
No, she had, I think she had 2.
Someone had a sense of responsibility last night.
Apparently.
And somebody wanted to...
Somebody didn't.
Somebody wanted to tie that mid-November one on.
Wanted to relive the old glory days.
Hey, honey, you want to go down to a local club and get our dance on? No, Steve, it's 10:30. We should go home.
Come on! Dude, I know that you make fun of me all the time about how I'm in bed at like 9 o'clock.
Yeah.
But
oh, yeah.
Hold on. I need to look at my phone to see the timestamp on some messages so I can see exactly. Let's see. Because I had texted you a few times last night.
Did you?
I did.
News to me.
It's news to you. You responded.
I'm sure it wasn't very important.
That's hurtful.
I remember.
We had a full conversation.
I remember what we're I remember what we did, and I don't want to get into details about what we're talking about because I think that's going to be maybe a surprise discussion.
Okay.
On next week or the week after's
okay.
podcast.
All right, no problem at all. But yeah, we were texting. I think the last text that I sent, pretty sure that we were home at that point.
Check the timestamp. Is that 9:29?
Yeah.
9:29 you were home.
We were, if not home, we were on our way home.
And so you're sitting passenger seat firing off.
Out
one finger, one letter at a time, going.
Yeah, because our massages were at 4:00. It was an hour massage, which got us to 5. By the time we got seated at our table at dinner, it was like 6:15.
Wow.
6:30 maybe.
So it was a long night, like in terms of
it
being
was
away.
but it was just shifted back for the for the old folks.
Most people make that 7 to 1.
What are you, crazy? I still needed to get my 8 hours in before we recorded this podcast.
Even 6 to midnight or whatever, but nah. The big night out,
the big 4 to 9
was leave the house at 3:30 to be to your massage by 4. To be home by 9:30.
It's the only way to go. So you're basically saying that my day yesterday was probably one of your worst nightmares because got a massage.
Not my thing.
Had to wait an hour and 15 minutes for a table.
Do it. I would just be at a different restaurant.
And then ordered a steak medium.
Oh, medium. How'd it come out? A little pink in the center? A lot of pink in the center?
Yeah, it's pink in the center. It's medium. Came out
like
medium.
Pink, or is it pink red? You know what I mean? That's the differential. That's the
probably
difference.
Pink. Yeah, because red is going to be more medium rare, I think.
So medium's even a step closer to for you than normal, isn't it?
No, I usually
do
medium.
medium.
Mm-hmm. But
awful.
There was the side that it came with was fantastic, and it was like it was basically like. It was sweet potatoes, which I don't normally like, but the way that it was described on the menu, I was like, all right, I think I can get behind that. So they brought it out, and it was fantastic. And the waiter came back out at some point. He was like, hey, how is everything? And I said, the steak is incredible, but the sweet potatoes, they're unbelievable. And I normally don't order sweet potatoes.
Okay.
But I actually said, my compliments to the chef.
No.
I said, at risk of sounding cliche, my compliments to the chef. These are incredible.
On the sweet potatoes.
On the sweet potatoes. I figure the chef probably doesn't get a lot of compliments on his sweet potatoes.
He probably doesn't care. I'm guessing the sweet potatoes are something pawned down to, the line cook or whatever.
Look, the sweet potatoes were the unsung hero of that meal last night. And I wanted everybody to know it.
So the side dish, that was, I would almost guarantee, prepared by a line cook, making $12 an hour.
Maybe could have been the chef's recipe though.
Probably got a cigarette hanging out of his mouth.
the ashes dropping into it
while he's just
whipping it,
shuffling them around. Give you a little bit of flavor. So you got your steak.
Oh, it was great.
You got the best sweet potatoes. Which again, we're in West Michigan. You were probably the first person to order the sweet potatoes in years.
Well, it came with it. That's just what it.
That's the traditional
that was
side.
That was the side. That was how it was on the menu. I'm sure I could have substituted it, but I thought, no, I need to expand my palate a bit.
This is one of those nights, and I know we talked about it. You've obviously entered a different tax bracket than what we can relate to.
Yeah, I'm a millionaire.
Is this one of those nights, though, where you go out and you say, hey, don't even look at the bill. Don't fret about it. They're gonna put it on the table. We're going to throw the card on it.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, at a place like what you're describing with what you drank and what you ate, might be a little bit of sticker shock, right?
I was surprised. It was pretty reasonable.
Okay.
I wasn't like, it's not like I've been there before, so I knew what the prices looked like, so it wasn't a big problem.
Sure.
But that was, now I know that I get a lot of crap for my rampant Craigslist and Facebook marketplace sales, but anytime I make a sale on anytime I sell something on Facebook or Craigslist. There are plenty of giveaways.
Okay.
There's a few sales mixed in there, too.
Oh, wow, you're actually making money.
I take that money and I just stick it in an envelope, and that's kind of like
It's a slush fund.
Yeah, it's a slush fund. So slush fund paid for yesterday.
Oh, very nice.
It was great.
So old man Steve out for his night out at 3:30 in the afternoon.
Big night out.
Having dinner a little later. And the only person in the entire restaurant next to everybody's grandfather who pulls out green cash.
I know. It felt so strange to pay with cash.
And you probably have that bit of panic where you're trying to calculate a tip. You realize, well, if I give them this many bills, they're going to bring back this size of bill.
Yeah.
and then I won't be able to tip unless I want to be a super, super generous tipper, which I'm a nice guy, but I'm not that nice of a guy.
Right.
So did any of that happen?
No, it just so happened that it worked out perfectly with the different bills that we had, like the denominations that we had were exactly what we needed.
Perfect. Woo.
It worked out.
Because knowing your romance, that would have been a table discussion. You know, you and Annette sitting there instead of talking about life without life with a baby.
Now I need 2 5s.
You think she'll bring them back? What if she brings back a 10? I mean, I know we can afford it, Annette. That's not the point.
I mean, the sweet potatoes were good, but they weren't that good.
Yeah, and how much is this even going to the chef? We're going to the chef. What if it wasn't even the chef?
Maybe I can ask the waiter to give the chef a $20 bill.
You think that's normal? You know what? Can I talk to the chef? And it was then and there that she questioned divorce all over again.
No. She was quite thrilled. Thanked me for a fun night.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Very nice, Steve.
The big 2.0 anniversary.
Big 2 years happens officially. Well, if you're listening to this Tuesday, it happened yesterday, right?
Yeah.
Is that what you said?
Yep.
Remember that wedding just like it was yesterday? At least the start of it.
Yeah. I was thinking about that the other day because the hotel that we went to for our massages, it was we walked through the lobby and passed the bar where we had the little after party.
The bar you made me walk three miles to get to.
Oh, that was so perfect because
2 in the morning in November.
You were bound and determined to leave the reception and go home. And luckily, we intercepted you and said, no, you're coming to the bar with us because it's our wedding night. And you had to do it, and then we sung Bruce Springsteen songs as we were sitting at the bar enjoying our last drinks.
I was figuratively in bed already. Okay, it was a long night. We got there, we were on time, and then we were right at the cocktail hour while you guys were out, meandering and doing whatever you guys do, taking pictures at the bridge, whatever.
Yep.
And I started my night on time at your wedding. So by the time that my night was over, it was over. Like I was well beyond drunk to the point where me and the bartenders were having a pretty standard conversation every time I went up, and they weren't asking my drink anymore. Right? It was one of those type of nights.
I remember hearing that there was one of the bartenders at our wedding was a real celebrity. I forget what her name was, but everybody left talking about this person. And I was like, what are you talking about?
I got along great with all of them. And
it's a good person to get along with.
They were mixing them, and I held on to I don't know if they couldn't find the correct glass at the start of the night, so they gave me a pint glass that they would normally give, at those for either a beer or soda or water. Well, they gave it to me for my mixed drink, so I just simply refused to give it up the entire night.
Sure.
So I was essentially getting doubles the whole time. And definitely skipped the speeches. Couldn't even tell you who gave them.
Boy, I don't really remember at this point either.
Had to get out there and get... Because I figured out that's the time. If there's a line at the bar, wait for the speeches.
Exactly.
Problem solved.
Scoot out of there. Perfect.
So happy anniversary, Steve.
Hey, thank you.
Happy anniversary,
Can't
Annette.
be said enough.
Apologies, Annette, for the way your husband acted out in public. So you slept in a little bit today because I want to say it was 2 weeks ago you had messaged me, and I think it was like 7:30 in the morning saying, hey, we're up, ready to go.
And the only reason I did that is because I think you had, like the week before, you had done something similar. You had sent me a message saying, hey, I'm ready. I can record whenever, but I don't know I guess I just wasn't awake yet that morning.
There is a good chance that in the coming weeks there will be like a 7:45 a.m. podcast.
Oh, you think?
Well, we keep kind of passing each other and not seeing, you know what I mean? Like I tried it, you tried it, here we are a little earlier than normal even this week. I think the stars are going to align at some point that you and I are going to have the earliest podcast record known to man.
I'm perfectly fine with it. If I'm awake, I'd rather knock it out early.
Right. But there's a lot of people out there who are like, boy, that almost feels like a job.
Sure does.
Getting there at 7:45 in the morning. Why would who would do that?
Yeah. There are days that is the feeling, but because I had also proposed a couple weeks ago switching from Sunday records to Saturday records.
That was about a month and a half ago. Yeah.
Was it really? It's been that long.
Well, because for the first, you proposed, hey, let's move to Saturdays, and I said, okay, we'll try to make it work. And then for the next 3 Saturdays,
I couldn't.
You couldn't do Saturdays.
I couldn't do Saturdays, yeah, because that was during our string of guests in town and people staying here, and the Sunday ended up being easier. I like the Saturdays because every time we would finish recording on a Sunday, we'd finish the podcast, I'd go upstairs and I'd be like, oh man, the day's like half over already, and now I just got to do some work and get ready for the week. That sucks.
Right.
So I figure, even though it's the same amount of time, doing it on Saturday, it just makes me feel like the weekend is that much more open.
Okay. And listen, we'll make it work as long as we can. As you know, though, we tried to book a Gordon Lightfoot concert last week. 6 months out, 3 different dates.
Yeah.
And you're the guy with, oh, man, would you look at that calendar? I'm looking at my calendar for April, and the only thing it has is like Easter, which is the default because it fills in the holidays.
Look, I'm a busy man, all right?
Listen,
I'm a fancy man with lots of fancy traveling,
rambling man over here who, you can't keep his feet on the ground. If he's not in an airplane, he's not living.
Livin. FLYIN.
Steve, before if we even get to the Fast Five, because sorry, it is a little bit late, but I do have to give a short episode alert. Do have to be gone here pretty quickly. But we do need to recap the polls from last week, Steve. We had a wide array of polls to get to last week. Now,
I do like that, a lot of times you'll make a note of something during the episode.
Sure.
And later on, I'll see that you posted it as a poll. I like those surprises, but I always try to avoid them. I never want to see what the results are.
Yeah.
I like trying to be surprised on the episode.
I don't check them. One popped up because we'll get notifications. I'll get on my Twitter app throughout the day or whatever that, hey, someone commented on this. And seeing one of these polls, I think I texted you last week, made me laugh out loud a few times after reading the text of the poll.
That?
And we'll get to that in a moment.
Okay.
The first poll we posted last week, Steve, and this wasn't even a debate. You and I were in full agreement. So the only debate you and I are about to have is with the audience.
Okay.
Because when eating milk and cookies, do you let your Oreo stay crunchy or get soggy? 52% say get soggy. That's a lot closer than I thought.
It is. Because why are you dipping it otherwise? Then you're just...
Yeah, you're just having a wet cookie.
A wet cookie with a slight hint of milk.
It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. And, of course, you got one half of the brothers Humphrey, Stephen Humphrey, saying, oh, Chips Ahoy, I do soggy. But Oreo, I keep crunchy. No. An Oreo, because here's what you do. You get the Oreo a little soggy, and then when you lift it up, you kind of... make sure you kind of lift it up on the side of the glass.
Yeah.
Get a little Oreo shavings.
Yeah.
So when you drink the end of the milk, which you're supposed to do because milk's good for your bones, you get to the bottom.
I never do.
No?
I mean, I may have a sip, but for the most part, that is the most wasted glass of milk.
Do you do that with cereal too? You dump the milk?
I don't drink the milk.
Wow.
But I usually measure it out pretty well.
Okay.
So there's not a lot of...
Not extra.
Not a lot of extra.
See, I'll do it with milk and cookies just because you get to that bottom and you got like an Oreo surprise, Oreo mush surprise.
Yeah. It's like second cookie.
But yeah, and then our friend Lauren tweeted as Team Chewy Cookie, but never Team Soggy Cookie, which again, it's just wrong. The soggy cookie is the way to eat a milk and cookie. So 52% agree with you and I, Steve.
Okay.
Not nearly enough. Now this is the poll that made me laugh out loud when reading it, and it's what we talked about a little earlier in this episode even. Did the souls of the crew of the Edmund Fitzgerald transfer to the iron ore that sank?
So when the boat sank, the souls of the 29 men, did they somehow ingrain themselves into the iron ore?
This was part of your larger theory.
Yeah. That
they grabbed the iron ore from this sunken ship, hundreds of feet down, transferred it, and built the Mackinac Bridge with it.
Mm-hmm. Even though the timeline maybe doesn't match up perfectly. Some would say that it would have been impossible. But, I like to look on the other side of things and think that it would have been possible.
A couple of comments regarding this poll before we get to the results. What the hell?
What?
And because reading this, and we post these before the episodes come out, mainly so I don't forget.
So they're completely out of context.
And so this must be a real shock because, and our friend Travis said, we all know, and this is rude, we all know those 29 men didn't have souls. They were headed to Cleveland.
It's very rude. It's very rude.
Very, very rude. And apparently this is where the humor ran out for us this week, Steve, because with just over 200 votes, 66% of the people said no, the souls of the crew of the sunken Edmund Fitzgerald did not transfer to the Iron Ore.
Wait, so there are 34% of people who think that yes,
34% of people are on our side. Your side. I don't want any party of this. You disrespecting the dead. And lastly, part of your Fast Five, Steve, the question was, is pumpkin pie a tier 1 pie?
Absolutely.
And we got a darn near dead heat.
Really?
A darn near dead heat. 49% say yes. 51% of people say it is not a tier 1 pie.
No, so that's the average between Facebook and Twitter.
That's the average between Facebook and Twitter. Facebook coming in at 45% yes, 55% no. Twitter coming in at 53% yes, 47% no.
It's disappointing. Disappointing, but hey, I'll take my losses like a man.
Pumpkin pie coming up, a seasonal delight as I described it.
It's a fantastic pie.
Who's making one for the big Steve family Thanksgiving bash? Do you make your own? You got some family member coming?
No, we're doing. We're with Annette's family, and it's everyone gets assigned something. So we're bringing the mashed potatoes, and
so you don't know who's bringing the pumpkin pie.
I don't.
You might want to get some answers on that because
I don't want just store-bought pie.
That's what I mean. You know the people that are coming to this, and maybe not very well, but you can kind of get an inkling. You can kind of tell the guy, who's coming in with a store-bought pie.
Yeah.
Our sister was very nice enough to give us homemade cookies, handmade from scratch,
handmade
cookies, which Katie absolutely adored.
And you?
Katie ate so many I didn't even have a chance.
And you?
So you should find out who's bringing the pumpkin pie.
Yeah, I don't care for the store-bought stuff. I want cold homemade pumpkin pie.
Cold homemade pumpkin pie. You're not going to warm it up before eating it. You do a little whipped cream on top.
Yeah, big old.
You a Ready Whip guy, or are you going out of the
tub?
The tub of Cool Whip.
The Cool Whip.
You're not going Ready Whip, huh?
No, I think I'll do Ready Whip, but I think the tradition in our house was always Cool Whip. You take the big spoon and you put a big old blob on it.
A nice dollop on the center.
Big enough to cover the entire piece of pie.
Yeah, so you put the dollop on the center. Do you spread it out with your spoon?
Of course.
Or do you just wait till you get to the center?
No, you do you ice it like a cake.
I think, and again, I'm stepping all over Fast Five territory, and we're very possibly going to run out of time for it.
Yeah, I don't think, boy, I'm looking at my list here, and it's a great list, but I just don't think that we're going to be able to get to it.
But at what age do you think, Steve, because I think I hit this years ago, when you're a kid, and you're at either a birth, whatever type of party, and they have one of those sheet cakes there, and they'll have the sheet cakes, and most of them, hey, flower designs, and this design, and whatever. And you would seek those pieces out for the extra frosting. You'd want that jolt of the big red flower in one bite.
Yeah. It's just like a little fluff.
So I guess I should ask before asking the question, the second question, do you still do that?
Boy, that's a good question. I don't think so.
I think it was probably 3 to 5 years ago for me when I got to the point. I scrape a lot of the frosting off of these.
And don't even eat it?
Of cake.
Really?
I'll have some on there. But the cupcakes that we had, I don't know if they were Reed's birthday cup. No, I ate all of those. Yeah, those were good. Little mini Oreos for ears.
Oh, yes.
Oh, those were so good.
Yeah.
But I had a cupcake recently. I'm trying to remember where.
Did you dunk the Oreos first? You take them off, dunk them, and then put them back on?
Into the milk that we didn't have. Just go to that hot cocoa vat that was going in. Ooh, it's so small, but it's so hot.
You do that right before the dessert dog came out.
Idea, work in progress, I'll have you know. The dessert dog will be coming back.
Coming 2020.
But I remember I would take the cupcake and like the napkin it was on, wipe off like 40% of the frost, because you get the frosting that's
it's like
honestly 2 inches high.
Yeah.
And I can't do it. I'll bite it and it's like, oh boy, I don't taste any of the cake. I taste the sugary frosting on top.
Yeah, you have to eat the top of the thing first. I'm going to go out on a limb here.
Oh boy.
The hot take. Mm-hmm. Cake trumps cupcakes any day.
Agreed. Absolutely agreed. Because a cupcake, you're giving me a defined little circle, right? Mm-hmm. But if I get a piece of cake, Steve,
you can go crazy.
I cut it a little bigger this time.
Oopsie.
Oops. Oh no. Oh, what's that? Still putting, Cool Whip on top of
that,
those.
and
mixing it with putting it in a bowl with
cupcakes,
some ice cream.
And cupcakes are just difficult to eat because you got something that's like 4 or 5 inches tall with all the icing on top of it. How do you bite into that? Like, you have to either bite the top off it or like bite the bottom off of it, because if you try to bite into it, it's just pushing into your face.
It's like the Big Mac that you see on the commercials, where it's like, hey, I know it doesn't look like that one, which is whatever.
I don't know. The Big Macs stand pretty. They hold up pretty well between the commercials and the real life. They always have a really nice, perfectly
like the rounded.
Yeah,
top.
the bun is always perfect.
I've never had a Big Mac, but if it's that tall, wouldn't that be the? Wouldn't that be the same thing as?
No,
hey, I'm struggling to figure out how to fit it.
No, but with the Big Mac, since you have the bun on the top and the bottom, you can easily compress it. Like, you can just...
So you're just squishing the sandwich
you just squish it down a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's not... I would say cupcakes are typically taller than Big Macs.
What a dumb conversation. I'm sorry. I apologize. I don't know how we got here. Listen,
right,
I can promise you that today, November the 16th, that we're recording, we're the only podcast in America comparing cupcake height to Big Mac height. I guarantee it.
Comparisons between cupcakes and Big Macs.
That's definitely going to fix the diving listenership.
Hey, speaking of diving listenership, I don't think it's diving that badly, because we have more people signed up for the 4th annual Steve and Kyle podcast Cloak and Dagger non-denominational Winter Solstice gift exchange than we did last year.
Came out very smoothly. I'm impressed.
Not
even a stutter.
I have to really think about it every single time. But there is still, 2 weeks left. If you want to get in on the gift exchange, all you have to do is send us a DM on Twitter or a message on Facebook and let us know you need to send us your first and last name and your address. The whole first and last name thing really throwing people for a loop.
Yeah, let me reiterate. First and last name and a mailing address. Those are the 3 parts of this that aren't optional.
And some would even say that it's only 2 parts, because name. Just name overall.
Right. Unless there's a crazy
address.
Crazy special circumstance or something that you're either using a different... Whatever. Let us know. We'll figure something out. But for the most part, send us those 2 items at Twitter, or on Twitter at Steve and Kyle. Message us. And I've pointed this out, and everybody's been very, very good with it. Send us a message, a direct message, Facebook message. Do not simply post underneath one of our posts. It will probably get lost in the fray, or there's at least a chance that will happen. So we've already broken last year's participation.
Yes.
So,
yeah, but we've, like I said, an alarming number of people have just sent their address or just sent a message saying, hey, I'm in, to which we then have to reply. Please give us your name and address. I know that you can send stuff to people without actually putting a name on it.
Right.
Like, if you wanted to send me a letter and you just wrote my address on it, yeah, it would get here. But, I don't know, maybe personalize a gift a little bit. by at least including their name. And I'm not gonna pass off your information to someone else and say, here you go, here's the person you have to send it to, and instead of giving them a name, giving them a Twitter handle. Oh, you're sending them to Dingo Roger 426.
Yeah, and listen, we're all a big group of friends here. Now, I don't have a group of people like your side gig that, live tweets or chats during the show. Well, although I wish we did.
Well, we don't do the show live.
It'd be kind of nice. Tuesday, 10 a.m. group chat. Just a bunch of people talking about the podcast.
That'd be nice if there's a Saturday 6 a.m. group. Like we could stream it.
Ooh. If we could get people to do that, I'd participate in that.
Yeah. We could do a live stream.
If there was I would almost prefer to do a live stream of an episode we've already done. So we can set it up. So what we would do is say, record a video of this episode. Yeah. And then on Facebook or YouTube or whatever, you can set it to, hey, it's going to premiere and play at this time. Mm-hmm. And we would then join in with the chat and kind of so someone would be like, hey, Kyle, what were you looking at on your computer there? What were you typing? I'd be like, some of the weirdest porn you've ever heard of.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Whatever. I think that would be fun.
Yeah, we should do that.
Like a live rewatch or a watch along of this episode. And we could do it a recent. We just need to plan ahead and video record an episode.
Yeah, which we've done before.
Yeah, and we'd have to upload it to it'd be YouTube and Facebook. It wouldn't be a regular podcast feed, but we'd schedule a time, probably an afternoon, where we would all, you and I could sit down together or separate. And,
we'll fire up the fireplace over there.
Yeah, and chime in on the conversation with the two people who decide that this is a good idea.
I think it would be pretty depressing.
Would we turn it off? Yeah, I'd turn it off, and then we'd just say YouTube had issues.
Yeah, the crazy thing. It just
copyright. We shouldn't have played the Edmund Fitzgerald again. They shut us down.
Gotta go. See ya.
Till next time. Listener traffic must have been through the roof. Can't believe that. YouTube said they hadn't seen this many interactions.
Oh, just to recap, though.
First name. Last name. What was the third thing?
Address.
Oh, where were they going to mail your gift?
Yeah.
Please do that. We'd love to see everybody join in. Very good.
I think we talked about how many we have?
No, we'll wait. I think we can wait.
Yeah.
Because
I have a goal now that I want to get to. I want to get to the next.
You want to get to the next standard mile marker?
Yeah.
Well, we got one that I'm simply waiting on, a first name, last name, and address that I had to message back. So once they're in, we're going to be pretty darn close to that next mile marker. We'll unveil the total. Yeah. Maybe, like the Jerry Lewis marathon.
Oh, yeah, the telethon.
Maybe we, did I call it a marathon?
Marathon, yeah.
I'm sure Jerry Lewis wasn't running marathons.
Probably not. Probably not those kids either.
Hey, well, oh, no.
Hey, you said it.
Jesus. No, I didn't. That's the thing.
You inferred.
That's the thing.
The Jerry's kids were running a marathon. By saying Jerry Lewis Marathon.
What were they ill with? What was Jerry's kids? What was his organization? That was the premier telethon, right?
Yes.
And I believe they don't even do it anymore.
Jerry's Kids is one of the earliest Boston hardcore punk bands. Okay.
That is...
Muscular Dystrophy Association.
I was going to say, that's a really weird thing to have a telethon for. It's a Boston punk rock band.
Yeah.
But yeah, so do they do that anymore? We're not going to have this conversation. No need to. It's ridiculous because I'm one step away from asking what your thoughts are on that Jerry Lewis. That was the Jerry Lewis movie that he said can never be released until after he's dead. The Tears of the Clown, I want to say it's called, where he's a clown in a Nazi concentration camp.
Oh.
And we'll talk about that next week. Oh, wow. Hang on. We diverged there.
Absolutely never.
But please send us that info, Facebook or Twitter, at Steve and Kyle, a direct message or a Facebook message to be involved in the 4th annual Steve and Kyle podcast, Cloak and Dagger, non-denominational Winter Solstice Gift Exchange.
Or, for short,
oh, God, the There's a D in there that really throws everything off. Can we make non-denominational one?
No.
I feel like because going ND really screws up the acronym, and if you got rid of the D, it might, it'll probably roll a little smoother off the tongue.
Because there's a dash in there, and if there's a dash, then that means you have to pronounce the letter. Hey, when you sent that message saying that you needed to be out of the house by 10:45,
I gotta go.
Out of this house?
My house.
Or out of your house? That's
Yep.
exactly what I thought you meant by that, so...
The polls are already posted, Steve, a couple of them this week.
I can't wait to see them.
So please, as always, vote on those on Facebook and Twitter at Steve and Kyle.
Yeah, at Steve and Kyle, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Remember, if you want to be in on the 4th annual Steve and Kyle podcast, Cloak and Dagger, non-denominational winter solstice gift exchange, send us a DM on Twitter, message on Facebook, first name, last name, and mailing address. In the next couple weeks, we'll match you up with somebody else. We will send you their info so that way you can get a gift in the mail for them. If you haven't done it yet, you want to do it, you only have to do like $10, $20. That's what our projected investment is for this. Don't go crazy. Don't buy people, iPhones or anything.
Right.
But yeah, it's a fun thing to do around the holidays. We got a lot of people in on it. We hope to get a lot more. So
yeah, I'd love to just smash last year's record.
We're already past it.
We're already past it
by
awesome.
a few. All right, talk to you next week.
Marketing is hard. But I'll tell you a little secret. It doesn't have to be. Let me point something out. You're listening to a podcast right now, and it's great. You love the host. You seek it out and download it. You listen to it while driving, working out, cooking, even going to the bathroom. Podcasts are a pretty close companion. And this is a podcast ad. Did I get your attention? You can reach great listeners like yourself with podcast advertising from Libsyn Ads. Choose from hundreds of top podcasts offering host endorsements, or run a pre-produced ad like this one across thousands of shows to reach your target audience in their favorite podcasts with Libsyn Ads. Go to libsynads.com, that's Libsyn, ads.com today.